Just as I've been walking up this hill to get to the top, I've come across this view. So you see out over Amman, you can see just how hilly it is. So when I've been down there, I was kind of in the valley, but a lot of the buildings are up on these steep hills. It's like, say, very much the Lisbon of the Middle East. And when it's, you know, really hot, makes like the walks like this a bit more difficult. We're getting close now. Can you guess what it might be?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you?
First time in London.
Yeah.
Travel place, huh?
Oh, amazing.
So this is supposed to be so many things to talk about in this site. Talks about 45 minutes, and I want to do the tour here, and it's worth it with the guide. If you have a guide, it would be more things to see, more information, more details about the site. If you have any question about Amman, about the city of Amman, and also about Jordan, we can talk about that also.
Excellent. How much?
It's about 30 GD official price.
I'm okay.
I'll give you a discount for 25. Okay.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm just gonna have a look around myself, but thank you. Worth a try, I suppose. Worth a try. Yeah. Again, it was worth it to go up to Petra the other day. I was gonna have a little wander around, and oh my days! Wow. I did not realise. I mean, I knew Amman was big. I think in the region, not necessarily just the city, but like the region of Amman, there's about 4 million people, 4.1 million. But look at this is how big the city is. Look at this sprawl here. That is absolutely incredible. Each and every one of those hills there, or if you count that as one big hill, is just covered in buildings. Most of them look residential as well. A lot of them are that sort of style where it's like almost like an Arabic style. It's like a box, but that's just, you don't realise just like looking at it there, like how much like it extends. It reminded me when I was on top of a monument in Mexico City last year, and you could see like the far reaches of the city from it, and you're like, how's a city this big? It's incredible. I've just realised as well, I forgot to put sun cream on before I came out. Oh mate, I'm gonna burn today, because I think I might be staying out until about 10:30 tonight, so I might just have to find somewhere in the afternoon to sit in for an hour just to get a bit of shade and to cool off. Otherwise, mate, I'm absolutely gonna roast today. It is so hot, and like we're literally on top of a hill, not really any shade about. So I'm just gonna literally burn straight up. One thing I've got to keep an eye on here as well is that I've taken my mask off now, but that means less of my face is covered, which obviously protects it from the sunlight. But it also means I do have it on. I potentially end up with mask tan lines, which I don't know if you can tell at the moment, but I do have very faint ones. But I don't obviously want to look like, it makes it look obvious that I've been wearing a mask in the heat if the rest of my face is burnt, but where my mouth's covered isn't. So yeah, you just got to be careful with that. Just got to manage it throughout the day. I might put my sunglasses on though, because it's super bright out here. That's better. You can see a bit more now, don't have to squint as much. And if you come in to Amman, I don't think there's probably going to be anywhere as good as this for a view. You can see it's like proper panoramic. You can see all the way around. In fact, that I can't see over that side, but once you get on top of that mound, you will be able to see over there anyway. And you can fully appreciate the magnitude of this city from here. This is another great bit you can do. Just walk along the wall, have a little look out over the city, see some ruins even. Super chilled. Like, I'm glad I didn't get that guide now, because obviously it would be nice to get some more information about the place, but I won't have the freedom to just roam around where I want to, which is obviously not ideal. Presumably on top of here was some sort of Roman fortress. I guess at some point the Romans must have invaded Jordan, and obviously we're in the capital, which is probably going to be the epicenter of everything that happens in this part of the empire. And they built this obviously because of the outstanding view, and presumably they could see any oncoming attackers or people of interest. So it's actually, I mean, back in those times you wouldn't have had obviously all the big buildings, but you probably would have had quite a few on here, I reckon, over the hills and stuff. I mean, the buildings, most of the buildings have probably been rebuilt in time, but I suppose it gives you some indication of what it would have been like looking over this side, more than it would looking over there with all the high rises. Have some sort of pit here. Don't know what that would have been for, maybe like a sewage system, or maybe it was like a jail or something like that. You know, you put someone down there all day, probably fried to death in the heat. One thing Jordan's not short on is old historical sites. This is quite, I didn't think it'd be this extensive. So it's obviously like a whole city up here, a whole community. So this here is the ruins of an ancient palace, or the ancient palace that once stood here. Head inside. Not a great deal in here today. I thought it was a mosque at first, but obviously when I looked on maps, it said it was a palace. It's definitely not a mosque, so. And here's a better look at it from the outside. You've got like the Acropolis in Greece. This is kind of like their version. I can't remember which way around it is. One's called like the Parthenon, and one's called the Acropolis. I can't think if the Acropolis is the hill and the Parthenon's the hill. And what the building's called. Off the top of my head, I don't know why. My mind's just gone blank. I think it might be the Parthenon is the thing on top of the hill, and the hill itself is the Acropolis. You know, lock in my answer. But yeah, this is like their version of it, but obviously nowhere near as extensive or in anywhere near as good a condition. But yeah, it's pretty nice up here. That's one grand archaeological site done. We're gonna head down to the next one now. Just a matter of navigating these windy roads that go down a hill. But once I've got down there, we'll be at my destination, hopefully. Finally found what I hope is a shortcut. Hope we're not walking into someone's back garden now, but rather than walking all the way down that road, take a little shortcut down here and hopefully get down the hill a little bit faster. Oh yes, look at that, beautiful. Right, and here we are. Welcome to the Roman Amphitheatre of Amman. Look at that, absolute cracker that, isn't it? Wow, so well preserved. I could see it from up the top at the Citadel, but the closer you get, the more beautiful it becomes, really. Right, so you got the ticket now. Finally getting to there. $2, so the Citadel was 3, here is 2, so for the whole site it's a £5 basically. Not bad. Not a bad little price, that. Here we are. Yeah.
Here I'm guide all Jordan. This tour in Jordan is here with a lot of secrets. Also the lowest fee. The fee actually is not like between Jewish 50 JD, 100 JD. Here the fee is 20 JD. I'll make half price for you 10 JD, and I'll help you with nice photos. See the secrets.
I'm okay. No.
10 dinars.
No.
10 dinars.
I'm good. I'm okay looking around on my own. I'm good.
You want to do it for 5? I don't do it for 5.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. So now I'm finally in the Roman Amphitheatre, and now I've turned down another tour guide. Here we are, the Roman Amphitheatre of Amman. What a place. What a place. Like I say, beautifully preserved. And what's good is people can just kind of climb up where they want. You can go to the top if you want to. There's even a couple of museums, one to the left and one to the right. But I'm certainly impressed by this place. Wow. So now I'm gonna head to the top. See if there's much of a view up there. Should be a decent little climb. So yeah, let's get to the top of the amphitheatre. So you come to Jordan, even in Amman, make sure you bring some decent walking shoes. Not only have you got the hills, but it's stuff like this. Climbing up the Roman Amphitheatre. Oh, that's steep, that. Whew. One wrong move and you're going tumbling down there, and it's not going to end well. Let's take a moment to reflect on the view so far. Some view that I'm only, what, just over halfway up, and already you can get an idea of just how grand this place was. I mean, obviously, I'm guessing the cheapest tickets of the day were at the top, assuming the general public could buy them. And then the royalty, when I was walking up down here, this little box here, there was like an armchair, or the remains of an armchair. So presumably, back in those days, something like that would have probably gone to, you know, the king, queen, member of the royal family, whatever it may be. Whew. Almost. Here we go. Whew. Where I could see the amphitheatre from before, that's the ruins that I liken to Athens. And then I could see the amphitheatre from that little viewing platform over there. Although it's good seeing the amphitheatre from the top there, it's even better coming here, climbing to the top and enjoying this view. Absolutely phenomenal, that. If I didn't have something to do this evening, I could literally sit here for like 2 or 3 hours easily, just chill out and watch the world go by. But we actually do have something going on later on today. Make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel so you can find out what I get up to here in Jordan. As always, thank you very much for watching, and of course I will see you next time.